Hey, Ravi Jayagopal here. Welcome to my first ever video newsletter update. As you know, I just recently launched my 8th book, Dog Poo and Dosa, at dogpoobook.com. And I've also been working on my audiobook, which a lot of people purchased, as well as trying to prepare it in a way that I can later on upload it to Audible and other audio platforms as well. And I learned a couple of really interesting things, especially as I started researching, converting a Kindle book into a paperback using Kindle Direct Publishing. And I've done it a long time back using Lightning Source, which is now Ingram Spark. But I wanted to see what it took to do it through KDP. And what I learned was really interesting. You'll find it really useful if you ever decide to go from, say, writing blog posts to taking that, publishing a Kindle book, and then taking that and creating a paperback, and then Audible, audiobook, and publishing that audiobook on your website, and so on. So let's go. So let me quickly show you my new cover for my book, dogpoobook.com. So the old cover, a few people said it was too graphic. That's my twisted sense of humor. I said, you know what? I don't want to upset people. So this on the left is what you saw, dog poo, and a lot of people were like, Ravi, please don't ruin those us for me. So I put my sweet little Vanilla, inexplicably a male dog named Vanilla. So that's my dog. And so I put him on the cover and changed up a little bit. So that's what it looks like now. All right, then I wanted to show you the back end of my audiobook, which is currently in progress. So this is the back end. I have Thrive Architect here. And if you see, I'm using a shortcode from my plugin, S3 Media Vault. And all I have to do is just create one shortcode one time. So this shortcode, this is what it looks like. And to create the shortcode, all I have to do is select the folder where all the audio files are going to exist. That's all I have to do. And then I come down here and say, use the advanced player and put in a title and put in the URL of the artwork, which I have uploaded to my WordPress media folder, and then pick a player color, right? And then this is what it looks like. So when I view the page, you can see all the chapters here. It became a beautiful playlist. This code is based on my Coolcast player code. So you can see the beautiful playlist here. The artwork shows up here. You can have speed. You can even have other things like if I go here, I can say show speed icon, show download icon. So if I enable that and I refresh this, you'll see the download icons right here. So there you go. So nicely showing up here. So they can download the audio files from here. If you're on a mobile phone, you can play it. Even if the phone is locked, it'll continue playing like a podcast. Or if you want, you can download the individual files. I'm going to make separate downloads available on this page at a later time. But the main thing is I started creating it. I'm up to 4 chapters. And the reason why I made a separate chapter here called title is because when I'm uploading to Audible, Audible wants a separate introduction which specifies the title of the book, who wrote the book, who narrated the book, and so on. So I figured if I just keep that part separate, then if I ever go on to change the title of the book, so if right now it says 67 tips and hacks, right? So if I make it 68, because I'm going to be adding over time to the book. So if it goes 68, 78, 80, 90, then I can just replace this one file and don't have to worry about editing a longer file. So I can just replace the title MP3 and that'll be it. And then replace the cover, of course. So while I'm doing this audiobook, I also am making it in such a way that I can easily take this, whatever I create, and upload it to audible.com at a later point when the whole thing is ready. So I want to be able to repurpose it. On my own site, there are no rules, right? I can do whatever the heck I want. But if it's Audible, then they have their specific rules on what's the loudness, how it should be formatted. Every chapter has to have the title name mentioned at the beginning. There has to be a 30-second gap at the beginning, and there has to be at least a 30 to 1 minute gap at the end, and so on. So if you see here, ACX audio submission requirements, so let me enlarge that. So it's basic things: be consistent in overall sound and formatting, include opening and closing credits. It should be all mono or stereo. Mine is all mono, and I don't play any music, so you should keep it mono for all spoken audio content. Not even if you have somebody, a guest on, you don't want to hear one person on the left and one person on the right. It's very disconcerting to the listener. So don't do that. Contain only one chapter per section. And these are the critical things which Auphonic helps me with. So measure between 23 dB and minus 23 and minus 18 RMS and peak values, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to know exactly what that is. Even I don't know exactly what that is, but I have a general idea. And be a 192 kbps or higher, MP3 constant bit rates, 44.1 kilohertz. So here is Auphonic. So this is how I set it up. So right now I'm at, I finished 4 chapters. This is how I set it up. And if I click on edit, you'll see I just upload the files and put in some basic metadata, and then select bitrate as 192 kbps and loudness target minus 16 LUFS. And I think this is correct. I'm trying to verify with ACX and Auphonic, and maybe I'll ask a couple of podcasters to what they have done. So anyway, this is my basic setting. And another interesting thing I found out while trying to publish my Kindle book as a paperback. So in 2007, I had published my first book, No Business Like E-Business. So you can see paperback, July 19, 2007, No Business Like E-Business. And when I did this, I used a self-publishing service called Lightning Source. That was part of one of the biggest book publishers called Ingram. And now Lightning Source has turned into Ingram Spark. So I was doing the research and I found that you should not, if you're using CreateSpace, which became KDP now, if you're using Amazon Kindle to do the paperback as well, do not use their free ISBN. There are several reasons for that. I'll talk about that in a podcast episode or in a future newsletter or probably even a course. So anyway, do not use their free ISBN. Make sure you use a independent ISBN and not the free Kindle ISBN or not the Barnes & Noble free ISBN and so on. Do not use the free ISBN from these publishers. That's it for today. So thank you for watching. So let me know in the comments or by emailing me back if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions. Cheers.